Hi guys, Emily here. Um, as I told you before, I wanted to share some things that I learned during my emotion code certification and things that I've learned in my business since. I want to share those with you. One of the way that I decided to share that is to actually do record some sessions with clients and post them so that way you could see them. Um, Anyway, I do not use a magnet to clear. I just use my hand. The intention is that will clear as well as, if not better, than using the magnet. And I just set that intention in my prayer when I'm starting work. So today I've already said my prayer. I've already grounded myself and my client. So we are ready to start. This is the chart that I use. It's a page out of my body code book. So we'll just start. Okay. First, I kind of assess my client and figure out what it is, where it is that we need to start. Okay. So just bear with me. Okay, so with him, it is a relationship with self. Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to ask, is it in column A or B? Neither one. Okay. So on the back, I have lists of different types of emotions that it could be. And this one it's a hindering emotion. So I'll ask again, is it in column A or B? So it's in column B. So is it odd or even? Is it 2, 4, or 6? So is it pride? And it's pride. Okay? So we'll just write that down here. So is it ready to clear? Is there anything else with it? So it's just ready to clear. So we'll just clear that one. Okay, is there another emotion? A or B? Odd, 1, 3, 5. Conflict, creative insecurity, terror, unsupported, and wishy-washy. See, it went through that whole thing. So we're going to go back to the back again. And it's another hindering emotion. So we'll go through it again. It's a conflict, creative insecurity, terror, and it's unsupported. Okay, is there anything else with that? Is there anything keeping it from leaving? So we'll just go ahead and clear that one. Okay, so is there another emotion? There is. Is it also a hindering emotion? And it is. Okay, so is it A or B? Odd or even? Is it 2, 4, or 6? So is it pride, shame, shock? So this is the emotion of shock. There's nothing else with it. There's nothing keeping it from leaving. So we'll go ahead and clear that. Okay, so we have 3 hindering emotions, right? And 3 is my number to say, hey, look and see if there's something else going on here. When things reoccur again and again and again, I know Dr. Nielsen says to look at ourselves, right? So I'm going to ask, is it mine? No. Is it his? Yeah. And do we need to know more about this hindering? Okay. So is it a fear? A fear of something you will do? A fear of something you have done? So there's also guilt there. Do we need to know when? We do. So before the age of 5, before the age of 10. 10, 9, 8, 7. So at the age of 7, there's guilt and fear. Okay, so we're just going to ask, can he take care of it? No. Does he need a, I just call it a powwow. Does he need a powwow with Christ? And he does. So I just kind of set up a room that they can go and they can talk and they can work things out. And I yawn when things clear. So, okay, so can we go on? Yeah. So is there another emotion? There is. So is it A or B? Odd, 1, 3, or 5? So is it conflict, creative insecurity, terror, unsupported, or wishy-washy? And again, it says none of the above. So I go back to my list. And this one is a karmic emotion. Okay, so for me, karmic is something, it can be, well, it's just something that didn't necessarily happen in this lifetime. It's different. I see it as different than a preconception emotion, or a pre-earth emotion. I don't know how you see that. But it's something that affects his life from the beginning to the end. So it's throughout all of it. Okay, so is it conflict, creative insecurity, or terror? And so it's a terror. Do we need to know any more? Is there anything keeping it from leaving? No. So we'll just go ahead and release that. Okay, so is there another emotion? There is. A or B, odd, 1, effort unreceived, heartache, insecurity, overjoy, or vulnerability. Okay, and this is his own. There's no more to it. It's ready to go. There's nothing else. So we'll just go ahead and release that. Okay, is there another emotion? And there is. A or B, even, 2. Failure, helplessness, hopelessness, lack of control, or low self-esteem. See, and again, it just went through all of them. So we'll go through the list that I have here. It's another karmic emotion. So, where were we? Failure, helplessness, hopelessness, lack of control, low self-esteem. And it said no on all. Okay, so we're going to go through our list again and find out what type of a karmic emotion it is. And it's actually a nested emotion. And when you read the emotion code, he talks about how more than one emotion can be stuck in a place in the body. So we're going to ask, there is a place in the body. So is it in the head, the neck, the shoulders, the arms, within the rib cage area, in the abdomen? Okay. Do we need to get more specific? And we don't. So sometimes we have to know organs or whatever, but it just says abdominal area. Okay. So is it failure, helplessness, hopelessness, lack of control, or low self-esteem? And it's a low self-esteem. Do we have to know more? So we'll just go ahead and release that. Okay, so is there another emotion? Okay. Is there any blockages? Is there anything else nested with this emotion? There's not. And it could have just been that was a really big emotion that created its own nest, you know, like, I don't know, like a nest of snakes or whatever. Anyway, so that concludes our session today. So I just kind of close his energy, make sure that I reground him, I pull from heaven, I wrap him, and I anchor him to the earth. So anyway, hopefully that was helpful to you, and we'll see you again.